What up? What up? What up? What up? What up, y'all? He said, "What? Welcome in. Welcome in." I think we probably done more lives this month than I've ever done in my whole life, man. And we're not even halfway through the month yet. Make sure y'all tap in. Make sure y'all tap in. We got a major update. I was gonna put it all in one show, but I can't put it in all in one title. But I'm gonna definitely talk about it in today's show. So make sure you guys tap into the live. I'm gonna take my time with this one. I'm not gonna rush. And we're gonna have some fun with this live here. So make sure you guys check in. Let me know where y'all are coming in from. And we're gonna share this news with you guys here tonight. But we got some pretty interesting updates for you guys here. And then we're gonna get into the live. Sometimes it takes a little bit for YouTube to kind of let people in. So there's usually like a delay. So I like to give it like a minute or two to let everybody catch up. So with the fate of the universe at stake and the aliens pointing the death beam to the earth, I want Max Kellerman. Let's give it another minute or so. Let's try to get the likes up as y'all are coming through the door. And we gonna get it going. Somebody asked me, why am I always on my phone these days? He's like, why you always on your phone, man? Why you always on your phone when you be doing these lives? And then I realized it's a lot easier to share some of this information with you guys showing you on my phone than looking for articles and all of that. So that's the reason that we on the phone. Anyway, so let's get into this breaking news report, man. So we're hearing somebody said I want Craig Carton. So earlier today we broke the news. Somebody says you're on that whoa Shams energy, bro. As I told y'all, man, I can't remember the last time I did these many lives, man. I cannot remember. Like I literally can't remember, man. Like it's crazy. But let me give you guys this update real quick and allow people to catch up to the live as y'all are coming in. Shout out to Angel in Puerto Rico. Bleacher Report ranks Kobe. Bleacher Report ranking is comical. Kobe at 11. People really falling. Listen, that Bleacher Report article. Since you brought it up, let me answer you real quick before people come into the live. I saw like the back and forth on Gil's Arena. I sent Gil some arguments. We went back and forth. I'm like, the list makes no sense. Basically, what Bleacher Report is doing is that they're just picking various accolades, giving them points, and then saying this guy has this. And Gil was trying to make a point. I'm like, bro, whatever argument you have for Stephen Curry going ahead of Kobe Bryant, there's no argument for Steph being ahead of Kobe. There's none. So Kobe not being in the top 10, I think that Bleacher Report did that to rage bait. I think if you left off Curry, it wouldn't be such a big deal. But leaving off Kobe makes a lot of talk and has people talking about it. So I think that's just what that is. If you think those guys are better than Kobe Bryant, I'm not here to argue with you, man. Like it's a waste of my time. Anyway, so guys, let me appreciate the comment, by the way. Anyway, so let's get into this story here. So as y'all know, we did the show earlier saying FS1 cancels 3 shows amid major shakeup. We know that. Now, let me give you guys some information that we didn't talk about in the last show. First thing I want to point out, hey guys, let's try to get these likes up, by the way, as y'all are coming through the door. First thing I want to point out that we didn't talk about. When we did the story reacting to Joy Taylor getting fired, what we didn't know, or what I didn't know, and I didn't want to say it, was I wasn't sure by them canceling those shows that they had fired Keyshawn Johnson and Keyshawn Johnson and Paul Pierce. Well, apparently they have. According to a report here from FS1, y'all can look at it and I'll read the article. FS1 has canceled Breakfast Ball, the facility, and Speak, leaving Joy Taylor, Emmanuel Acho, LaShawn McCoy, Paul Pierce, Michael Irvin, Keyshawn Johnson, Chase Daniel, and others out at Fox. I want you guys to hear that. So not only did they cancel these shows and Joy Taylor is gone, Emmanuel Acho is gone, but they also let go of LaShawn McCoy, Paul Pierce, Michael Irvin, Keyshawn Johnson, Chase Daniel, and others have also been fired because all of these guys were part of those shows. That means so they fired a lot of talent. They fired a lot of talent from these shows. But here's where it gets interesting. Now, listen to this. Sources tell Front Office Sports that on-air talents who could be in play for new FS1 shows include Tony Reali, Max Kellerman, and Clay Adams. What was I saying in the last show? Didn't I say that FS1 needs to go after Max Kellerman? So I want to read from an article here that I'm going to pin, that I'm going to post in the comment section for you guys to check out. Let me pin it here in the comment section. This is from Front Office Sports. So I've pinned that in the chat so you guys can read that whenever you have the energy to. So it says, Joy Taylor out as FS1 Armageddon ends 3 shows. It then says, Breakfast Ball, the facility, and Speak will be no more, leaving The Herd with Colin Cowherd and Jason McIntyre and Jason McIntyre, and First Things First with Nick Wright, Chris Broussard, and Kevin Wiles as the only shows remaining in the lineup. Front Office Sports has confirmed. The news was first reported by The Athletic. Now get this. It says talents whose shows were canceled, including Craig Carton, Mark Sherrill, if I can't pronounce his last name, Danny Parkins, Emmanuel Acho, LaShawn McCoy, Chase Daniel, James Jones, Paul Pierce, Michael Irvin, Keyshawn Johnson, and Joy Taylor are all gone. It also says, sources told FOS that on-air talents who could be in play for FS1's programming include Tony Reali, Max Kellerman, and Kay Adams. On Twitter, FS1 host Jason Whitlock, FS1 host Jason Whitlock suggested that a TV version of All the Smoke, listen to this, with former NBA players Matt Barnes and Steven Jackson could be an option. Reali, the longtime host of ESPN's Canceled Around the Horn, told FS1 he's interested in absolutely everything. Listen to this. While he plans to be discerning about his future, Reali envisions a future where he works in the booth. Works in both TV and digital spaces at the same time. This is what Reali said. I am open to talking to anybody and everybody at all times. I like this guy. I like what this guy just said. He said, I'm open to talking to anybody and everybody at all times. I like this guy, said Reali, who currently is taking a long vacation with his family before weighing the next steps. While the scope of the cancellations is stunning, all 3 of these shows were struggling to attract audiences. They were all created by former, so they got rid of Charlie Dixon. It says they were all created by former FS1 boss Charlie Dixon, who exited the company in April, several months after he was named in a lawsuit from former host Julie Stewart. Damn, I didn't know that. So, folks, we got a lot of news to break here. A lot of news. First of all, when did Emmanuel Acho, somebody left a comment. I want to read this comment. Checkmate said, when did Emmanuel Acho leave? I haven't seen him on TV in months. They're probably on vacation. These guys usually go on vacation around the same time. Stephen A. Smith and these guys are on vacation and all of that. So that's probably the reason why. I don't know, but that's what I'm thinking. So the news is this, guys. We have confirmed Paul Pierce, Keyshawn Johnson, Craig Carton, Joy Taylor, Emmanuel Acho, LaShawn McCoy, all of them have been fired. All of them. Because they canceled those 3 shows. We're now hearing Max Kellerman, for the new people that are coming in, Max Kellerman, Tony Reali, and Kay Adams. Now, Max Kellerman and Tony Reali used to do a sports show together, I think, Around the Horn. I wasn't really watching sports shows back then. I don't remember. Not Around the Horn? Yeah, I think it was Around the Horn. I wasn't watching that far back. I wasn't following sports that far back, like TV shows. But I believe they hosted a show together because we did a show about it where everybody was looking for Max Kellerman to show up when, Tony Reali was on his last day on Around the Horn. So we know that these guys have done a show together. I also said in the previous live that they need to go after Max Kellerman. Now that I'm hearing this news, FS1 absolutely should go after Max Kellerman. Absolutely. Now, Tony Reali, how I've seen him on TV, he seems to be like a moderator kind of guest, kind of similar to the role that Kevin Wiles plays on First Things First. I haven't seen him as some in a role where he's debating with people. I haven't seen that, so I don't know what they have in mind for him if they were to have something for him. But I definitely think Max Kellerman should be one of the people that they recruit. Now let's talk about the people that they got rid of. Folks, it's time to call it what it is. All of these people they got rid of, they were all boring. I'm sorry to say, all of them were boring. All of them. Every single person they listed that they fired, they were all boring. I'm sorry to say. They were all boring. All of them. How Acho get fired on his off day? Oh, man, appreciate this. Matter of fact, I wouldn't be surprised if Kevin Durant puts out a tweet about this. So let me read this article for y'all again. Let me pin this in the chat for you guys. So it says here, breakfast ball, the facility, and speak will be no more, leaving the herd with Colin Cowherd and Jason McIntyre, and First Things First with Nick Wright, Chris Broussard, and Kevin Wiles as the only shows remaining in the lineup. Front Office Sports has confirmed. This news was first reported by The Athletic. It says a Fox spokesperson declined to comment. Talents whose shows were canceled include Craig Carton. Just a second, y'all. Craig Carton. Just 1 second, guys. See something? Hold up a second. I know y'all like, what happened to Dreamers Pro, man? They ran out of, they didn't pay their light bill. Nah, it ain't nothing like that. I have to switch over to this light. So they got rid of Craig Carton, Mark Sherlith, Denny Parkins, Emmanuel Acho, LaShawn McCoy, Chase Daniel, James Jones, Paul Pierce, Michael Irvin, Keyshawn Johnson, and Joy Taylor. And now we're hearing that they're going to replace him with these people. So, folks, I think they should bring back Max Kellerman. I thought they should have brought him back after they lost Shannon Sharp. And I think that's what they're going to do. So Max is most likely going to be back on TV. And they now have 3 shows to bring back. Now, there's another part of this article that I want to touch on, which is this. Is the Joy Taylor angle. It says this. It says, while the scope of the cancellations is stunning, all 3 shows were struggling to attract audiences. They were all created by former FS1 boss Charlie Dixon, who exited the company in April, 7 months after he was named in lawsuits with all of that stuff. So it could also be connected to that Joy Taylor story. Because you remember that crazy-ass lawsuit that came out that has Skip Bayless, Joy Taylor, and all of that stuff. That could also be part of it. Because they fired him, then they canceled all of his shows. And if he's the one that created those shows, he's horrible. That dude is horrible. Because that ensemble of cast of people they had were terrible. The facility was boring as hell, man. It was so boring. None of those guys had any personality. I mean, it was just so boring. Speak, I never watched Speak, ever. The only time I would watch Speak is like when they had on, what's his name? Rick Bucher. But if they didn't have on Rick Bucher, I wasn't really watching. They were terrible. Terrible. Somebody said, you boring. But, bro, you here watching me, man. If I'm boring, why are you watching me? They cut it off. Go to bed, man. You ain't got to be watching me. I never said I was excited. The facility was like, yeah, it was so bad. You got 4 NFL guys talking about basketball. Somebody said, yo, this dude always in my live, son. Like, you be popping up every live. He said, "Why didn't you address Marcellus Wiley taking up for RG3?" He also pinned a comment. He he also pinned a comment with a dude unleashing on you in his recent video. Let me read the last sentence again. He also pinned a comment. Pinned a comment where? Where did he pin this comment? Is it on a video? Is it on something I don't know? Is it on Twitter? Okay. He also pinned a comment with a dude unleashing on you in his recent video. Pinned a comment. What video is he talking about? What's the video? In his comments, on you. You see, this is why I don't be reacting to you dumbass mother. Bro, how many videos Marcellus Wiley got, man? I don't be watching, like, I don't know all the videos that he got. So I don't know what video you're talking about. You can just tell me what topic it was. Just a second, y'all. This dude is telling me there's something I need to see. Sorry for a second. Some dude unleashing on me in the comment section. Let me see. Marcellus Wiley. Let me see. Bro, you're gonna have to RG3. Shut, bro. You're gonna have to give me the topic. I don't know what video you're talking about. You're gonna have to tell me the topic. Yeah, put me on. Anyway, all right, whatever. So this is the story that we're getting, right? This is the story that we're getting. So I think FS1 probably will go after Max Kellerman. I think he will. And I think Tony Reali may show up there, and they have some other shows that they want to do. So that was pretty much the breaking news. They got rid of all of these people. Joy Taylor, Keyshawn Johnson, Michael Irving, they got rid of him too. And they got rid of Paul Pierce. So they're doing major shakeups at that network. And I think it was the right thing to do. I absolutely think it was the right thing to do because they had to. Because those shows were terrible. I thought this was live. I thought this live was getting squatted by the bronzexuals when the lights went off. No, it was me that turned it off. When the lights went off, I thought the honey jars would be thrown at bronzexuals. Nah, that was me turning it off, man. That was me turning it off. Do you think FS1 will move First Things First to compete with First Take or possibly make another brand new show to compete? Now, this is a damn good question. This is a damn good question you just asked. He said, do you think FS1 will move First Things First to compete with First Take? Or will they make? That's a very good question. I appreciate both comments, but this is a really good question. I think, if I'm being honest with you guys, I think from a substance standpoint, I think that First Things First has a little bit more substance. First Take is more of a hot take show. People are always trying to come up with a hot take. But First Take does have like guests, like they have a lot of guys that go on there too. But if they did, I don't think they would beat out First Take though. I don't think they're going to move that time slot because that's a very good show, and I don't think they want to mess that up. And I don't think they're going to move Colin Cowherd's time slot as well. I think they're just going to get a new show and get personality to try to compete with those shows. ESPN FS1 studios are full of trash. And Nick gets on my nerves. First Things First is trash. Only Wilds is good. It's a good show. I mean, recently when I was in the States, I actually found it hard to watch these shows because the time that they were on, like I was busy, so I was kind of playing it in the background, and I couldn't watch it straight through. So, but they're good shows. I consume these shows more on their clips on YouTube, to be honest with you. So I'm probably the wrong person to ask. I'm not going to sit down and watch them. But in terms of the clips of these shows, they're both good. They both have like notable moments on both of them. Yes, Kevin Wiles and Max. Let me see. Good look for the info. Max is always on point. I like Colin. First things first. First things first sort of fell off. FS1 needs a reboot. Well, clearly that's what they're doing. Clearly that's what they're doing. Max Kellerman and a handpicked panel by him would be a great first move and get some non-hoes there for balance versus just political agenda gaslighting. Nick Wright is a Labalco ball washer. Anyway, so guys, man, this is the news. This is the news. Appreciate you guys for tapping into the live. Now I'm gonna go look for this video where I was being dissed. I don't believe it, but I'm gonna go check for it. It must be the RG3 thing. Just to answer that real quick, I didn't. If we're talking about the RG3 thing about the monkey, then I'm kind of confused by it. I'm not really following it. I think that he made some comment. I'm confused because from what I heard, he was defending Angel Reese, but then I think he put up a picture that somebody had created of her like in a monkey. So I don't know what the hell is going on. You know what? Honestly, to be honest with you guys, man, I don't really care what those guys got going on over there, man. I mean, they can be fighting it up and whatever, right? RG3, that's his fight, and they're gonna fight. Like whatever. That's not my hill to. I'm not fighting on that hill for those guys. Iguodala GOAT debate will finally be defended. LeBron to the Warrior. Well, speaking of LeBron James, before I let you guys go, I do have an update about LeBron. I'm not going to go live about it, do another live about it, but I will share the update for you guys about LeBron that I got some news earlier. So basically, I got this report. Now that we're talking about this, we got that news out of the way. People that are interested in the LeBron stuff and the Lakers stuff, y'all can stick around. If people are not, then I totally understand that. But since y'all are here, so this is it right here. So we got a new report that the Lakers reportedly do not want to take back any contracts that go beyond the 2025-26 season in a LeBron trade. It also says only the Clippers and Heat can currently send out $50 million worth of expiring contracts. So this narrows it down to the Clippers and the Heat. Now, I'm just going to take a safe bet and just guess that LeBron is not going to the Heat. And the only way forward, if this is the case, LeBron may just have to ask for a buyout. He may just have to ask for a buyout. Now, the only problem when you ask for a buyout is once you signal to the NBA that you're willing to play for less than max money, then it's going to be hard to now command another max contract. You could take a pay cut and still get a max contract like Dwayne Wade and LeBron and those guys did in Miami. But to just go from being a max player to taking a mid-level exception, that's kind of hard. But it is LeBron James, so I'm sure somebody would be willing to pay him the money, if not for winning, but what he may bring to your team in terms of publicity, ticket sales, and all of that. Breaking. Shanghai Sharks contacted Rich Paul. So, yeah, I don't know, man. We're going to follow this story. Today, Luka Doncic's agent put out a comment for LeBron James that Luka likes playing with LeBron. So we're going to have to see, man. I don't know what's true and what's not. I'm just following the news as you guys are following it. I don't really know what's going on out there. I just wanted to report on this Max Kellerman. Somebody said he is being forced to retire. Is LeBron being forced to retire? In a way, yes. But you can't pay him forever. You know, you can't pay him forever. You can't. The Lakers can't pay him forever. What this signals to me, though, is, however, LeBron wasn't ready to retire this year, probably. That's what this indicates to me, which then means nobody knows when LeBron is going to retire. I don't know. Mark Law, shout out to Mark Law, man. He said the Clippers are a piece of bleep, and he will never play for them. Let me read this. Ty Lue is his son, and is now behind the scenes. He going to force. So y'all think LeBron going to the Clippers? LeBron going to the Clippers? Well, you know what that means. Can't support the Clippers ever again. Many comments dissing you. RG3 dissing me? RG3 versus Ryan Clark. How would they be dissing me? I got nothing to do with that topic. I didn't even talk about RG3 and Ryan Clark. That's not even my wheelhouse. So I'm even surprised that RG3 and Ryan Clark, that ain't got nothing to do with me. RG3 and Ryan Clark has absolutely, positively nothing to do with me. So somebody said ESPN mad at you. Why they mad at me? So I don't I don't know what's going on with RG3 and Ryan Clark. I have no idea, man. All I know was that he said, yeah, I don't go react live. I'm already live. I can't go react again, man. But I don't know. All right. I don't know. Dudes is hating on me. Who's hating on me? I don't know these people. Anyway, guys, I'm gonna check it out after that. LeBron and Kawhi got beef. Remember when Kawaki commercial with him driving around LA with the crown in his car? Yo, this is funny, man. The Serbians women's national team. Go read it live. People in the comments talking. Yo, all right. You know what, man? Let me just humor this dude. All right, let me humor this dude. He said, Bronny mad at you. Let me pull up this video. I don't know what he's talking about, but let me pull up this video. Just give me a second, y'all. Let me pull up this video. All right, let me see. RG3. All right, there's a few RG3 videos. Is Angel Reese actually better for basketball? I don't think that has nothing to do with me. RG3, shut the F up. Angel Reese beef gets ugly. And then it's RG3 versus Ryan Clark versus RG3. All right. So let me see where I pop up in these comments. Okay, there's no pinned comment in this video here, so I'm not seeing this video right here. So I don't see this video. I don't know what video that is. What up, Too Raw for TV? Shout out to Too Raw for TV, man. Make sure y'all go sub to his channel. So I don't see my name up in that video. Let me see this one. Okay, I don't see it. I don't see any comment where I'm pinned. I don't see nothing like that. So I don't know. I don't know what video that is. Hang on. He said that one. I don't see my name in there, but I'll go check it out. So anyway, that's the news, guys. That's the news. That's the news. Somebody said LeBron not going anywhere. It's all talk to stir LeBron conversation. LeBron, he may not go nowhere, but this is definitely his last season with the Lakers. So don't really somebody say you getting trolled. Hey man, whatever it is, man. I don't know, man. I don't know. Anyway, guys, appreciate you guys for being a part of the live, man. Shout out to Too Raw for TV. Make sure y'all go sub to his channel over there. That's the news. And we definitely gonna keep y'all updated if something goes down a little bit later. Anyway, guys, y'all have a good one, man. I'm gonna catch y'all on the next live. I'm gonna catch y'all later. Peace, peace, peace.